6 o'clock on the dot. Oh, I had water. All right, let's get some water. Let's get some water. Get some water. What's going on, Chick Little Cherry? You just like being the first one. You just like being the first one in the chat. How you doing tonight? Get this set up. I'm doing good. I took a break for a couple of days. Oh, you're doing good. That's awesome. Yeah, I took a break for a couple of days, just relaxed. But today I was feeling more energetic. So I got a few things done. I felt good about myself. Stopped procrastinating. Got some work done, and so now I'm celebrating. Talking to my friends on YouTube. That is what I am going to do. As soon as my coffee gets ready. I need to play my Hello Kitty theme song. Wait, what? Let's see if I can find it. Wait, no, I don't have my speaker set. I always forget to set my speaker up. I always forget to set my speaker up to do that. I did a live stream earlier today. Yeah, you should do that. Say some funny jokes, please. Okay. Funny joke. Let me think of a funny joke. I'm trying to think of a funny joke that's not too bad. Let's say, what? No, I can't say that one. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think of like some good like dad jokes, because all my jokes are dirty. I don't know too many clean jokes. You know what you call a dog with no legs? What do you call a dog with no legs? You call him anything you want, he ain't coming. A log. A dog with no leg is a log. Yeah, you can call him anything you want, he ain't coming. He won't answer. You know where you find a dog with no legs? Rhoda's here. Hey, Rhoda. What's going on, Black Wolf Craft? Do. You can do a dirty joke. Chick Little Cherry says I can do a dirty joke. What coffee did I make? I got this white chocolate cappuccino stuff. I don't really like it that much. Coffee matches the weather. Yeah, absolutely. It's nice. Rainy day today. Yeah, it was super foggy earlier. What was the joke? Oh, where do you find a dog with no legs? right where you left them. All right, what's my my dirty joke? Uh, okay, you know what, Chick Little Cherry, I'm gonna do one dirty joke for you. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know what 69 is? Right? Do you know what? Do you know what 68 is? Nice. My dad makes a hazelnut latte. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of hazelnut. Chick Little Cherry say, yay, yes, yes. Okay, do you know what a 68 is? Do, 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 do. What is 68? Uh, a 68 is you do me, I owe you one. What is your favorite coffee then? My favorite coffee is like a brewed Americano with French vanilla creamer. That's my favorite coffee. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what got into me like the last couple of days. What about a mocha? Mocha. I like mocha. Um, it's like a chocolatey kind of thing. Rhoda, they say Amadeo sells good coffee. Oh, okay. Um, I know I've seen like the coffee beans at Mahogany, and I think they'll grind up the coffee beans. But see, I don't have I have my Keurig, so I need the pods, and I need to. I think what I'm going to do is they sell like for the Keurig, they sell like these little uh, kind of like pods uh, where you can put ground coffee in them and reuse them. And so I might get some of those when I run out of pods, uh, so that I can always make brewed coffee. Black Black Wolfcraft said, "Nice. My dad got me to try a coffee when I was about 12 years old." Okay, how old are you now, Black Wolfcraft? Michael C in the house. Got me a cup of coffee, and Chick Little Cherry's got me telling jokes. Rhoda, hey Ray, congratulations for being monetized. Thank you, Rhoda. Yeah, uh, it happened, I don't know, sometime last week. Um, I'm, I'm still working on like the next phase, but I was close. I'm pretty close. Like I'm pretty close on watch hours. I think I'm like somewhere around 3,700 watch hours. So not too many more watch hours to get to 4,000, and to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think I was at like 881 earlier today. So about 119 subscribers left to go. Michael C. Lyman. Rhoda said, "Oh, okay, not much. No, not it's not too much more." But you can see I'm not really stressed about it because like I didn't do anything for 2 damn days. Just laid back and relaxed. So like uh, I am definitely not worried uh, about getting to the goal. I'll get to it when I get to it, and you know, it's it's not gonna be like life changing money or anything. So like I'm just gonna do it, keep doing it for the same reason I've been doing it, just to have fun and meet people, uh, and enjoy it. Like I really enjoy. I've gotten where like I enjoy doing live streams a lot. Uh, I need to get better with like coming up with topics. The topics I was gonna talk about this evening, I ended up kind of doing earlier today because a friend of mine uh, was. Uh, wait. Hold on. Let me catch up. I'll tell you about my friend here in a second. Black Wolfcraft said, and sometimes I have coffee when I go to school, but it's too warm here and I accidentally spilled it on my foot on my way to school. Ow! That must have hurt. Wrote, yeah, still relaxing. Chick Little Cherry, can you please dance to some music, Ray? Maybe in a little bit. Let me finish my coffee. Rhoda still drinking coffee with the same Hello Kitty. Yeah, that's branding, Rhoda. That's that's part of that's part of my branding. Like if if people didn't see me with my Hello Kitty cup, I think someone's wrong. That'd be like me without my Saints hat and Hello Kitty cup. Scrolling through, you see those two things, you're looking at Ray. Uh, Got to go find another stream. Thanks for chatting. No problem, Black Wolfcraft. Stay safe. Ingot. Uh, do. And what was I talking about? Oh yeah. My buddy of mine, he from California, but he had a friend who died in Arizona, and he went to Arizona to go take care of the guy's house until like the everything was taken care of, like just helping out at his friend's house. Well, while he was there, like four men tried to break in the house. He was Two of them came in the front door, and he shot both of them. He had a 45, shot both of them. Then there was he heard like glass breaking in the room behind him. So he goes in there and catches a guy coming through the window, and this guy's got a gun. So he shoots him. I think he was coming in the window, and I think he shot him in the leg, and then he fell out. Uh, and then while he was doing that, there was already another guy that was in the house in like another room, and came out and rushed him and stabbed him with an ice pick. So, and then he ran off because he still had a gun. So he stabbed him and ran. He was later caught by the police and he's in custody. But so anyway, the police came to the house, and my friend told him like he was injured, like he was stabbed, and they looked, and they just saw like a little red dot basically, because it was it was an ice pick, and so it was like all internal. There wasn't like a gash or blood, and so they just saw that small little mark, and the police said, "Oh, that's nothing to that." So they took him, handcuffed him, took him to jail because, it was self-defense, but you got to go through the process. So they took him to jail to hold him for like 24 hours to, I don't know, see what the whatever. And while he was there, like he was peeing blood, and then passed out and coded, flatline. So anyway, they rushed him to the hospital. Luckily, he's okay now. But I say all that to say, and he's coming to the Philippines soon, and like he can't get here fast enough with all that going on. But I say all that to say, like I did a live stream earlier because he's in the hospital, and he sent me an email and asked me if I was going to do a live stream today. And my normal time right now would have been 3 o'clock in the morning for him. So I said, well, give me about 15 minutes and I'll go ahead and go live for you earlier today. And Perry Butterfly Kissy Face says, hi, where are you from? I am from Louisiana, but I live in the Philippines in Tagaytay, on the island of Luzon, in the province of Cavite. Tagaytay, Philippines. Coffee. Where are you from, Perry Butterfly Kissy Face? Oh! When I didn't see Anna come in. One moment with AMFR. Good evening. Oh wait, hold on. Rhoda said, "Oh, hi." One moment. Sis Rhoda, hello. Rhoda waving with the pink hand. AMFR. All right. What are you doing here? Living my best life, Perry. That's what I am doing here. Alistair, 45 holes usually mean you're gone. So 3 gone, 1 living. Good stats. Yeah, he was a ex-Marine. Well, I don't think there are ex-Marines. Marines are Marines, you know, pretty much all their life. So anyway, he always carries his 45 with him. So and he said that was like a bad area for drugs and stuff. And his buddy had like an extensive gun collection, so they were probably breaking in to steal the guns that was in the house once they, found out the guy died. And they're like, oh well, we can break in and steal the guns. And anyway, Perry said, wow, good. What is good? What are you doing here? Living my best life. Is that what's good? Apko Kuch Husa Thakya. I have no idea what that means. Is that Hindi? Because I'm guessing you're from India or somewhere in that region, because I always get a lot of viewers from that region. So tell me what that means. Perry. Alistair, he can carry across state lines. I have no idea. Like, there was plenty of guns in the house, so it's not like, he like. I'm sure you can. Like, you can bring your gun with you anywhere. If it's unloaded or whatever, you can go across state lines with your gun, and then you're at someone's house, or in most states, they have the law where you can have it in your vehicle. It's an extension of your home. But if you're going to visit somebody and you can bring your gun with you, I believe. I don't know like the full laws on that. Perry said, I mean, if something happens to you in your past. I don't understand the questions. Like something happens to everybody in their past. Um, so I'm not sure. Martin's here. Only certain states you can bring your guns. Navy woman, 14 likes. Hooray! How are you? Doing good, Amy. Uh, I took a couple days off from YouTube, so I'm just coming back to visit with everybody. Happy weekend, Sir Ray and chat. Happy weekend, Navy woman. Yeah, like for just like a couple days. Um, I'll be honest, I didn't do a damn thing. I was lazy and just like relaxed and just didn't really feel like doing anything. I don't know what was going on with me. Well, I do because it happens every once in a while. Like I'll just go through a period of like 3 or 4 days where like I just have no motivation. I don't really feel like doing anything. Like even the simplest things, I just yeah, not gonna do it. And and it started to break like yesterday evening. I started sweeping a little bit, and then today, like I took all the trash out, did the dishes, wiped all the kitchen counters, halfway made my bed, uh, shaved, took a shower. I mean, just normal stuff. Uh, but like I said, I go through periods where I just don't feel like doing nothing. Uh, Stand by here while cooking. Maybe one that's great. Okay, Nate. Yeah, yeah, Amy. Do your cooking. I know most of the Filipinas are normally cooking or eating around this time. Martin said Trump is talking about making it like a national thing. Okay. Um, yeah, like I don't I don't see the issue with it. Like if you know now you can't like carry it in public in every state or concealed or on your like some states you can carry it on your hip, but like if you're like if you're able to register a gun, then uh, you should be trusted to take it with you wherever you want, pretty much. With exceptions. You can't go like in a federal building or like public buildings, with a gun. But like any kind of uh, private vehicle, private dwelling, um, shouldn't be a problem. Alistair, different states recognize some concealed carry permits. Yeah, but see that's the thing, Alistair. It wasn't a concealed carry. Like he was in a house, a private domicile. Um, you know that's uh, that's different than even having it in your car. Like you know, uh, he was a guest of the house. He was supposed to be there, and he has a right to protect himself inside of the house. As far as I know, like that law is pretty much nationwide. Like you know, uh, I don't believe there's a state where you're not allowed to have a gun inside the house if that's what you want. Uh, but yeah, I was never really like a gun guy. Uh, I used to always say, when I drove like a taxi, people would ask me all the time. They would say, are you carrying a gun with you? And I'm like, No. And they're like, why not? Aren't you afraid? Isn't it dangerous? I said, well, yeah, I mean, it can be dangerous, but like the only time that I would pull a gun on another person was if I was going to be in a gunfight. And I never wanted to be in a gunfight, you know. So, like, if you take one side of that equation away, there's no gunfight, you know. I, you know, it goes from a gunfight to armed robbery. Well, I can live through armed robbery, you know, uh, but I don't like. It would be different. Like the way I feel about guns is like, for me personally, if you know I was living in a house and I had a wife and kids in the house with me, then yeah, I'd probably have a gun in the house because I would be protecting them, and I would get in a gunfight for them. But just for myself, my own protection, nah. Um, like I could pretty much talk my way out of getting shot. I believe. Like I'm too likable. I'd always tell people like when you know when someone got in the cab, like I would immediately go to making friends mode because people don't shoot their friends. So like you're friendly to people, and you know right off the bat, they might think twice about robbing you. I think a lot of like people like cab drivers that get robbed is probably because they were assholes or something, and the guy just said, you know, you don't know who I am. I'll rob you. But the topic I was going to talk about tonight was everything that I know about Filipinas. So this is going to be a short live stream. That's what this is going to be. Okay, so um, number one, when you're dating a Filipina, um, it is not okay to be Facebook friends with single women. Like, um, maybe like if you are already Facebook friends with some people, like you don't have to block people. Like, there's going to be questions about who they are and blah blah blah. But if you're in a relationship with a Filipina, then like don't add brand new single females um, to your friends. All right, that's tip number one. Tip number two. What was tip number two? Oh, um, Filipinas can be bossy. Now, stay with me. It's not all Filipinas. They're like, I've heard this from other people, but I have a theory that like the bossy Filipinas are ates. Like they're the oldest sister. Like they're used to like telling their younger siblings what to do, and they just developed like a personality where like if something needs to be done, then they say, do this, do that. And so if you haven't met a Filipina yet, you might want to check if she's the oldest. Let's see. Mark says that's the only thing I'll hate about moving, having to leave my gun. Yeah, but there's no really need for guns here. Um, I don't think. Alistair, do these rules go both ways? Because she need to delete those Facebook contacts too. Absolutely. Um, it's just a respect thing. And I'm not saying it's, you know, like Filipinas are unreasonable for, expecting you not to add like friends that are single females to your Facebook friends. Like, what is the purpose? Especially if it's like someone you don't know, or just some random woman that's sending you a friend request. Um, yeah, it's not cool to, I was actually doing it, but it was on uh, my my Facebook page for my YouTube channel. Like, I was just accepting everybody, didn't even think about it, and then like all these women kept sending me messages, hi, it's like, because I didn't know, like, I've got 800 and something subscribers. I don't know who's who. I only know some of my subscribers. I don't know all of them, so I was just accepting everybody. But I stopped doing that. But my point is, like, um, there's never really a good reason to accept like a single female as a Facebook friend, uh, unless, again, like, they're a longtime friend. You've known them, from work or something. Like, um, that's okay, especially if they're like thousands of miles away. You know, like, um, single friends from 9,000 miles away, perfectly acceptable. But that's the same thing with, uh, you. This is my rule, and I think it applies to everyone, not just Filipinas or anything else. Men, women, it's both the same to me, and that is, you cannot be friends with an ex. Never. Um, like, it's it, just put aside the whole thing of, you know, like, wanting to be cordial and, you know, uh, and like the whole situation of, not being able to go backwards in a relationship. Like, put all that aside. The reason I say that you cannot be friends with an ex is because, um, if you get in another relationship, I believe that is disrespectful to your current relationship. You cannot be friends with someone that you've seen naked. You can't just be friends with someone you've seen naked and like did naked stuff with. Um, because every time that you were to talk to that person, especially in front of like your current girlfriend, um, like, whatever you say to them could be innocent, but the fact that you've been naked together, that's not cool. Like, that's kind of insulting. Uh, Alistair said, I don't have Facebook. Is that a problem? Um, yeah, Alistair. Like, uh, you got to have Facebook in the Philippines. Like, even if you don't use it, don't post or anything. Like, if you need to find a business or something, there's no websites. Like, you find out everything about businesses in the Philippines on Facebook. That's just how it works. Martin said, I bet Lynn knows every one of them. Yeah, Lynn, you know, Lynn's a Filipino. Lynn, like, she's going to check, all my Facebook, past, present, future. Uh, but that's how Filipinos are. Like, no, nothing against any one of them. Alistair, here they download your contact list for a rainy day so they can send bad info to all in the contact list if you have a breakup. Yeah, that's some next level devious shit right there. Uh, Munish Kumar said, "Where are you from?" I'm from Louisiana. I currently live in the Philippines for pretty much the rest of my life. I don't ever plan on leaving the Philippines. Like this is it. This is it for me. This is my forever home. Close that door. Y'all are slowing down. I'm coming. I'm gonna come over here and have a smoke while I try to remember what my next point about Filipinas are. Oh, I know something to talk about. Um, and you probably heard me say this before. I don't know, but if you marry a Filipina, like all these expats that you know are saying, oh, you don't give money to your wife's family, or let her handle like any of that kind of stuff. Like, I understand what they're trying to say. They're trying to make it easy on you, like not having to deal with it and all that. But to me, it's all bullshit because when you get married, like your family becomes her family becomes your family, and like I was saying it earlier today, like if I had a brother or something that, or my sister needed to borrow $20, then you know if I've got it, I'm gonna give it to them. Like, um, and it doesn't matter if they pay it back or not. It's my family that is in a tight situation and needs some money. That's all that I need to know, and if I have it. So to me, the same rules apply to whenever I decide to get married, my wife's family, because you have before you get married to someone, like you need to know the whole picture surrounding what that marriage is going to be to you. Like, do your homework, figure it out, and uh, before you ever say I do. But as far as that goes, like, wait, okay, Munish is saying something in Hindi that I don't know. But like, it seems like a lot of expat vloggers. I'm not gonna name names or anything, but a lot of their advice is basically negative. Like, you know, they're 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 warning about all these different situations, and there's nothing wrong with being cautious and keeping your eyes wide open. But at the same time, like, if you're gonna date a Filipina, like, don't treat her like she's a scammer until proven otherwise. Like, who wants to like who wants to be around somebody that treats them like they're basically a criminal until you know until it's okay. Like, um, I think that a lot of the expat vloggers, with the best intention in the world, trying to inform people that don't know the culture, give them advice that makes them act in a way that's different than that they would act with any other woman. Like, uh, Filipinas are women. Like, you treat them like you would a woman. Uh, like, there's nothing wrong with, like I said, keeping your eyes open. And I mean, you're going to do that anyway if you're getting to know someone. Like, you're going to see how they are, but you don't treat them immediately with distrust. Or, like, if I was dating you and you were treating me distrustfully from the beginning, I wouldn't have anything to do with you. That's just my opinion. Uh, Alistair said, wife or girlfriends needs to know how to budget. Money don't grow on trees. Budget, save, plan for a rainy day. Unfortunately, most don't, it seems. Yeah, I mean, that's the culture. And like Alistair, I'm just as guilty of it as Filipino. Like, that's why I fit in here, because like I've never believed in saving for a rainy day. Like, and the reason why is because like I don't want to live my life constantly planning for something bad to happen. Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a little savings, if you can manage it. But normally, like if I have savings, like I am saving up for something. Now, if God forbid something happens, I might have to use that money for something else, and start saving again for something positive in my life. That's, I guess that's the key difference. Like whenever I save, like I'm saving for something that's going to be good in my life, something I'm looking forward to. Not saving for something that may happen and I need to guard against it, because like that's just living under a cloud all the time, in my opinion. Uh, it's just a small switch of perception. Martin said, "You just have to set boundaries with the giving cash." Yeah, I mean, but my point is, Martin, like it's the same with like your family, like your blood, and like Filipinos are the same. Like they have some family members that they have to set boundaries with. They're blood relatives. Some people are just like that, and you treat each individual on an individual basis. Um, but I guess my point was a lot of expats, the vloggers, basically make a blanket statement about helping the family, and it's a case by case basis. It's not one size fits all. Like, don't give money. Like if especially if you've been married for a while and like you've been to family functions and like you genuinely start. I mean, unless you're just cold hearted, like you start caring about like your extended family, and you treat my advice is like treat your family like family. That's all I'm saying. Uh, let's see. Too many vloggers are too positive, I think. That screws up the belief system. Actually, like I said, maybe on certain topics, but overall, Alistair, I believe it's opposite. Like, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with being cautious, keeping your eyes open. What I'm saying is you can't treat people with a negative viewpoint before they do anything wrong. Because I believe if you do that, if you treat somebody like negatively, then you're the one in the wrong. Uh, so I guess like I think most like Philippines YouTube vloggers, uh, they're all positive about like how the Philippines has affected their life and made their life better, and how much they love the Philippines for what it does for them personally. And I'm the same way. Like I love the Philippines. Like I love being in the Philippines. But where I'm saying they're negative is about certain topics, especially like relationship topics, whether it's a relationship with a Filipina or a relationship with the family. Like there's going to be relationship problems with anybody anywhere in the world. But like to categorize problem areas specifically to Filipinas and have people that hasn't really experienced being around Filipinas or Filipinos with a jaded mindset, I think is wrong. Like, I think people should meet new people with an open mind and you know with a positive viewpoint. Like, you meet, let's just say you're dating or you want to date a Filipina. That next person you meet that you have no idea about, she may be a scammer, but she also may be the love of your life. And I believe if you approach her as if she's going to be the love of your life, like she may still end up throwing up red flags and you completely back off of it. But you start out the process with a positive goal in mind. If it's not tracking in that direction, then you bail out. But I'm saying that you should start every relationship as if it's going to be important and meaningful in your life and go from there, see where it goes. And, I believe you'd have more positive outcomes like doing that. Americans live on credit, loans, etc. To a certain extent. Like I've had to borrow money before. Like, life happens, and sometimes I'm the borrower, sometimes I'm the loaner. More often I'm the borrower, but I've had to give people money before. AC 7, I don't know. Kua, just I cannot pronounce that. Alistair, credit not available. No credit. Credit not available in the Philippines. Yeah. Well, I don't know. There are ways to get credit. I believe, I want to say it's Navy Federal Credit Union will finance a car in the Philippines. If you're, have an account in good standing, like with Navy Federal, I believe that they'll finance a car in the Philippines. May 3 is FC said hi. Hey, Maze. Alistair, every pocket has a limit. Some are 100,000, some are 200,000. Set the limit with your $100. Set the limit with your Panay. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying don't budget at all. And like I was talking about, even with my own family and them with me. Like, there's been times like I've asked, like my brother or sister for money, and it just wasn't possible at the time. Like, something's going on with them, and they not able to do it. I don't feel a certain way about that. It's just, it is what it is. And, it'd be the same thing with, my Filipino family. If I were to get married and have, family, is, they're my family, but they have, like, it's a two-way street. Like, I care about them, they care about me. It's like, if I don't have it, I don't have it. And as long as family is accepting of that, as like, I'd help you if I could, I just can't. And Alistair, a bank sets a limit on your credit card and bank account too. Yeah, and but and that's I understand the point you're making, Alistair, but you know, banks aren't like personally invested in you as a person. They don't care. It's just a money transaction. Uh, if they're able to make a profit from it, then they'll do it. If they don't think they'll make a profit from it, they won't do it. Uh, that's completely different than lending or giving sometimes to a family member. Like, it's not about whether, whether they're because you're not going to get, I mean, you'd be pretty cold to charge like a family member interest. uh, like, it's a different situation than like dealing with a bank. Like I wouldn't loan money or give money to someone as if I was their bank. Like, it's a personal transaction, because you care. Oh, Rodell Vera said hi. Hey, Rodell, I saw you earlier today. Um, but but yeah, um, you know, I don't view uh, I don't view like giving money to someone as a bad thing. Um, and here's why. Like, I know the whole viewpoint of, this person is not going to use the money for like good stuff. Like, say you see like a homeless person on the street, and the people that have like the thought in their mind, I'm not going to give them money because they're just going to go buy drugs or drink or whatever. And now, don't get me wrong, it's not everyone that I would just give money to, but um, I'm not going to make this too religious, but I'm a Christian. I believe that I have the Holy Spirit with me, and sometimes the Holy Spirit, like if you listen, will say, you should help this person. Whether it's, you think of it as like a voice in your head or whatever it is, like you just get a feeling, okay, I need to help this person. And give them a few bucks or whatever it is, and feel good about it. Like, that is your blessing. That's not their blessing. Like, it is a blessing to be able to be charitable. And it's not about what you're giving to another person. It's what you're getting from being the type of person that helps others. Like, the way you feel about yourself when you are a caring, kind, loving individual. Like, the people that, want to harden their heart, and like, to me, money is not as important as having to live with myself. And if I saw somebody, that I believed was truly in need, and that I was in a position where I could help them, and I didn't, uh, yeah, I wouldn't like myself. And I like liking myself, uh, if all that makes sense. Uh, Scoop Steve, cash only, brother. What's cash only? Alistair, I'm in the business of managing money, so interest charge on loan is yes. But the Philippines, you're not getting it back. LOL. Scoop Steve, hello Ray and family. Hey Scoop Steve, what's up Scoop Dog? Yeah, Alistair, like, and that's, you know, that you're absolutely correct. You know, there's a lot of times, like even if the person that you're giving a loan to um, has every intention of paying you back, like they have like all the best intentions, stuff tends to come up in the Philippines, and they can't for whatever reason. Like they may want to, but like they would have to give you the money back and then immediately borrow it again. You know what I mean? Um, but the thing is, like, I again, I don't worry about that. Like, to me, knowing that I've helped somebody when I could is enough for me. Um, you know, I may not always be able to do it. Like you said, you know, there's limits. Like, I don't have a never ending fund, and like I'm less likely to have extra money to give someone than most that's over here. But if I did and I could, then I would. That's just the type of person I like being. Let's see, Alistair said, in America, in American, in America, it's a dog eat dog world. Doing business, even with family, big dog eat little dog at the highest level. Don't sure if you have done big deals in the USA. No, not really any big deals, but and like uh, like if I had a family member um, that was gonna give me a loan and like wanted to put interest on that loan, I would tell them never mind. Like, I don't need it. Um, thanks but no thanks. Uh, because like, and I understand, like, money is valuable, and the whole concept of you know making your money work for you or whatever it is. But when it comes down to a human level, a personal level, like, money is not an issue uh, in that regard. Whether it's my friends, my family, like people I care about, uh, like they're more important to me than having extra money. Like, money comes and goes, but like true friends and your family, like that's forever. You know, like money's not gonna like bring you chicken soup when you're sick. You might be able to hire somebody to bring you some chicken soup, but that's not the same. That's not the same as having people in your life that genuinely care about you. And someone that would charge me interest on a loan whenever, like, I'm having a hard time at the moment, yeah, that doesn't show caring to me. Uh, just give them the money, simple. Yeah, um, and and you know uh, that's normally the way that I look at it. Now, if they say it's going to be a loan, um, like I'll say sure, that'd be awesome. But I would never loan like more money than I could afford to just write off. It's and then there's never a case of you know having um, what's the word I'm looking for? Having like bad feelings about someone. Like, give them a loan and they don't pay it back. Um, like, uh, I wouldn't want there to be any kind of bad feelings. Like I said, I wouldn't loan like more money than just write off. It's like, if you pay me back, cool. If not, that's also cool. Like, we're still gonna be cool either way. And I believe that's just a happier way to live. We at 7 o'clock. But what else was I started talking about Filipinas and all the Filipinas left. But my point with a lot of the things with like Filipinas is like they are just like, there's small differences, but you know the way there's a lot of foreigners like talk about Filipinas like they're like a completely different brand of woman, and women are women. Like, all women share a lot of the same attributes. Uh, like some to a higher degree than others. Uh, like there's American women that are, more jealous than some of the Filipino women. Like it, it's not like Filipinas own jealousy. Like there's some Filipinas that that are not really jealous at all, or at least they don't outwardly show jealousy. And there's women in the U.S. that uh, make the same kind of like jealous behavior of Filipinas. Like it's all the same. Like women are women, and there's cultural differences. Like uh, like it's not a good idea to like approach a woman in public to like chat her up. Uh, she's gonna be embarrassed. She's gonna be looking around to see who's looking at her while you're talking to her. Uh, like that's not a good idea. Like you have to be subtle. Like if you're gonna talk to, of course I don't have to worry about that. I got a girlfriend, but if you're gonna talk to a single woman in public, you have to approach that cautiously. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have like a. I wonder where all the people are. Took off for a couple days and like all my normal people. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the weekend. But I'm not the type to just sit there and babble on when I'm like, uh, I'm not. Sometimes I feel like I'm not really being too entertaining because I'm not getting a lot of feedback, and I kind of ran through pretty much. Let me think. Is there anything else I was gonna say? What's different about Filipinas? Um, Tempo is different, and I think tempo is a good thing. Um, like I would much rather have the silent treatment than yelling and screaming and throwing shit. Like that's not productive at all. Like, uh, you know, it's like there's a lot of men that complain about tempo, but honestly, that's how men are, like real men should handle their emotions. Like lock it up, like process it, and then figure out what you're gonna do with those emotions. That's what Filipinas do, and I think it's awesome. Uh, now, don't get me wrong. There's some bad tempo, like when when like if you have a girlfriend and like she wants you to buy her something and you say no, and then she pouts and goes quiet because she doesn't get her way, whether it's buying something or just whatever it is, like just doesn't get her way. That's not good tempo. Like, and that would be a situation if that was common behavior. That's when you like say, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. Um, but I think probably like 85% of the time when a Filipina is being quiet, like they're just processing emotions and just leave them be. Uh, there's that old saying, like, uh, you know, you've heard it. You heard it from your mom growing up. I know you did. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So if a Filipina is processing emotions that might make her say something that's not nice, then yeah, it's awesome that they just don't say anything. And I think this is winding down. Uh, I'm I'm gonna go do something. I don't know, watch TV or uh, maybe catch y'all like tomorrow and see what's going on then. But until then, who dat? I love you all.